Everybody. It's Friday night, and that means it's time to Star Trek and chill because you've earned it. It's been a long week. We have so much to talk about. Melissa's practicing her neck shimmy, but we have a lot to talk about. The Star Trek internet world is exploding, blowing up. What do you say? Well, it's a buzz.
Ablaze.
Ablaze.
Yeah.
Like that pizza place in North Hollywood. So
It's delicious.
Star Trek Discovery has announced two things. One, season 5 will be their final season. And two, that season 5 is delayed until 2024. So we'll be talking all about that. We're going to talk about also what's next for Star Trek. What does this mean for this year? And what does this mean for next year post Discovery? What's the landscape of Star Trek going to look like? Because we're not just losing Discovery, we're losing Picard as well. So suddenly the landscape is changing in a major way where basically their two biggest shows and their first two, not counting short treks, are going to be gone. And suddenly maybe there's a power vacuum. Maybe it opens the door for new and bigger ones. Maybe they're going to push Strange New Worlds more. Also, let's talk about Star Trek Picard. Everybody's talking about it. Everybody's loving it, I think. And also, we've got to close out that Star Trek cruise because there's a lot of people that were on that Star Trek cruise, including our very own Dr. Mohammed Noor and our very own, of course, Sirach Lofton, among others. Also, the basketball champion. Yeah. The basketball champion, Homer Frizzell, as well. So everybody in the live chat, if you went on the cruise, let us know right now. While we're doing that, please say hello to our good friend, Dr. Anne-Marie Siegel.
Hi.
Hello.
And also, and look at what shirt she's wearing, everybody. Check it out.
Oh my, okay, hold on.
Neelix and chill.
Okay, Neelix and chill. Is he drinking chamomile tea? I don't know.
That's so sultry.
He should be now.
Everybody, in the description box of this video, you will see a link where you can get your very own Neelix and Chill shirt that'll look really good on you, and it's going to get you any significant other you could ever hope to have. Also, my shirt is on there too. My name's Ryan T. Husk. Check it out. It's like a baseball shirt. It's the San Francisco Cadets, right? Because if San Francisco had a baseball team in the Star Trek world, it would be the San Francisco Cadets. Starfleet SF. It's got cool stuff like that. Cadets. Really cool. Check that out. Again, link in the description box below. Melissa Longo is also here wearing a similar shirt from the similar store. You can get that at the link below, but this one is beautiful.
I'm the only one who's not wearing one of the shirts this week.
Yeah, but your shirt is freaking awesome. Shar Schmidt is here. She's wearing a meme.
Yes, I am. Let me stand up. There we go. I had to have this shirt. It was like instant. Okay, what sizes have you got left? Because I need one. Not want, need.
And tell them all where you got it too.
I'm sorry, what did you say, Ryan?
Tell them where you got it too. It was like CatCon.
Oh, I was at CatCon last year. Yeah, all the vendors' room. There's tons of cat merch, anything to your heart's content. Cat t-shirts, cat toys, cat nip. I mean, everything and everything. It's amazing. Like a friend and I go every year. We spend probably 3 to 4 hours just in the vendors' room alone. But they've also got panels going on like any other convention. And it's just insanity. It's so much fun, though. And there was a stand, the t-shirt maker here in LA makes these shirts. And they also had a neon sign of the cat that they gave away. And I did not win it.
Aw.
That's amazing.
I tried.
Everybody at home, we're going to put up a poll. You let us know what you want to start with. There are a lot of big stories today. We're going to talk about all of them. Let us know what you want to start with. But while we're putting up that poll, Shar, what are you drinking and what are you thinking today? What's the big deal? And everybody also let us know in the live chat what you're drinking because it's Friday. It's drink time.
Well, first off, I want to say my heart goes out to you, Catherine Sage. Lost a kitty. I'm sorry. That is tough. I know what that's like. Yeah. So best of luck in dealing with the fallout on that. Time is the only thing that will heal. I'm just drinking Diet Coke tonight because I hopped right here from the B5 chat to here. Didn't really have time to load up on anything fun. So decaf Diet Coke it is.
What about you, Melissa Longa? What are you drinking today?
Well, I had to run downstairs and grab some water because I forgot it was Friday. But water's good.
Dr. Anne Marie
Yummy.
Siegel, what have you got for us? What are you drinking?
Black cherry White Claw, of course.
Yes.
Hey.
So refreshing.
I'm drinking something similar. It is a Market Pantry raspberry dingleberry, or what is that? Blackberry beverage. It's I forgot to carry the one there, but it's refreshing.
Doesn't sound very good.
Mm-mm.
Well, this is like me
It's
going
crispy
out
on the outside.
until my ankle gets better.
Ew.
So gotta live it up.
That's good.
Yum yum.
Yeah, yours is healing you up, Anne Marie. How's your ankle?
It's so boring to hear updates. I tried to go out last night, but just to go out, meaning sit down at a jazz club a couple streets down and watch my friend. And yeah, I'm paying for it. So it looks like I have some more weeks of just in time.
Aw.
Yeah.
So we've got the poll going. The question is, what do you want to start with? What happened to Discovery? What's next for Star Trek? The Star Trek cruise wrap up, or Picard talk? Everybody finish up those votes so we can just get in this.
Mhm.
Yeah.
We're not used
So
to having
much.
this many news items on a Friday, are we? This is crazy.
We have no shortage this week at all.
Uh-oh.
Wow.
No. Nuts.
And
All
I do
right.
want to hear all about the cruise because I didn't go, but I wanted to hear from those who did.
Uh-huh. Kimber
Seemed fun.
Spores drinking coconut water.
Ooh, yum.
Let's see. Dead Purple 7. Welcome, Dead Purple 7, one of my favorite humans out in the beautiful California Central Valley. She's drinking hot chocolate. She says it's freezing over there. Mona is drinking pineapple juice.
Yum.
Yum.
What
What else we got?
War Dog is probably
Chocolate
drinking
tea?
Dr. Pepper.
Back of
Chocolate
the
tea?
head, peppermint tea.
Yeah.
Peppermint.
Rose Kirby.
Mm.
Is drinking chocolate tea. Hi, Mochi.
We
I
can
heard
still
that
talk
flavor
about
is
three
very
Mochi butt.
chocolate.
Mochi butt.
Oh, yay, the Iverson's pizza's here. Now it's a real Friday night.
Yeah.
Oh.
This sounds good. I'm going to try and convince
I
my husband
know.
that's what we're having for dinner.
I think
Mm.
pizza's the right way to go.
It's a good
Everybody
Friday
in the
night
live
food.
chat,
Mhm.
let us know your top 2 go-to pizza toppings.
Ooh, good one.
Top 2. You can add a third if you're feeling rebellious. Speaking of 3, back of the head, our good buddy John Orchiola from Screen Rant says we can still talk more about Three's Company.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I forgot we talked about that.
Mhm.
I
We
just always
could.
think about
That's
it.
just your baseline.
It is. Should be everybody's. All right, so let's end this poll because we've got another poll that needs to take it over. Plus, we need to get started on talking about it. But the next poll is going to be these goodies right here. Look at that.
Oh my
Taza
gosh.
chocolate.
gosh.
Yum, yum,
Are those
yum,
from
yum.
Muhammad?
Muhammad.
No, they're from Dr. Noor.
Oh, okay.
Dr. Muhammad Noor.
He has such amazing taste in chocolate.
He
Oh.
does.
There are he
Ooh.
tastes good out of
Ooh,
chocolate
what-
too.
Oh, what flavors did you get?
The flavors are, I'll tell you, thanks for asking. And
Oh,
they're
is
going to
this
be
a poll?
voting on which one I should taste. Yes. So this is 70% dark chocolate, Taza chocolate, Oaxaqueño. It's from Oaxaca. Nice.
Ooh.
Shout out
what's
to
in
everybody
that?
that has family in Oaxaca. Cool place. So the possibilities are vanilla, cinnamon, guajillo chile, or cacao puro, or is it puro? We would pronounce it puro, but maybe they say puro, like pure chocolate. So one is vanilla, one is chili flavor, one is vanilla, and one is pure chocolate.
Ooh, do the chili. Okay, wait, that's my vote.
The chili is good. I've had
All
this
right.
pack before.
So the poll was decided And 14% want to start with the cruise, 14% want to start with what's next for Star Trek. Surprisingly, I thought that would do better. 17% want to hear Picard talk, and 52% of you totally are like those people that grab that smut and in the grocery line,
Grocery
right?
line. Oh my God, is this U.S. World News?
Oh,
Yeah, or
Disney
the
World
Star.
Report. Disney World
Tabloids.
Report.
Tabloids, that's what I was like.
Oh my God.
Tabloids.
Like,
Inquirer.
I
Give
heard
us
Bat
the
Boy
dirt.
was
Give me
going to
the
be on
dirt.
it.
We want all the hot, juicy gossip.
Oh my
That's
God.
what it is.
Mhm.
So what happened?
Shit got real.
What happened, Shar? You're pretty informed. You're well informed,
I
right?
try to be. Yeah. So it was announced yesterday that Star Trek Discovery's 5th season will be its last. And from what I understand, this announcement basically went out to everybody, including the cast, yesterday. Somebody on the cruise said that Doug Jones found out while he's on the boat.
Wow.
And I'm just thinking
Oh.
that stinks for those guys. And
Aw.
it sounds like they had done like the filming of the season, but they're going to wrap it up properly, shoot a little bit more. And that way there is some sort of conclusion to it. It's kind of a bummer. And yet with the Paramount cutbacks being announced, I can't say I'm completely surprised.
Mhm.
It just stinks though.
Yeah, because
What
if
do
they
y'all think?
had to cut back on something, let's say they just said, look, we got to get rid of something. I mean, they can't get rid of Prodigy, which just got off the ground. They also probably are fully ensconced with Nickelodeon. So they can't
Right.
really, I don't know how much, if they have the Trump power of like, vetoing everything and saying, sorry, Nickelodeon, or if everything has to be 50-50, in which case Nickelodeon would say, no, you're not canceling it.
Mhm.
Lower Decks is doing fine. Strange New Worlds just started and is wildly popular. Picard's already on its way out. You can't cancel short treks because we haven't seen one in 3 years.
Mhm.
So
And Lower Decks is on a roll. Also, and I might be wrong, animation cheaper to make than a live action series.
seems that way. Especially like Discovery, I think it's something like $4 million an episode or
It's
something.
insanely expensive. And isn't there also that thing when I've
8?
heard like the business end of podcasts talking about like 90s Trek? Isn't there also that thing where every single season gets more expensive because you have to pay the actors more? And like this is a cast with a lot of
Yeah.
star power, and
Oh,
also
yeah.
also having them like paying for their lodging plus all
Mhm.
the other stuff. And then I know Larry was saying that their warehouse is now in Toronto, like to store all the Star Trek stuff, but it's nowhere near as much as like back in the day in the 90s. So you can't start like saving on props because also Discovery like jumped timelines. So there's only so much you can reuse.
True.
Yep.
It is an expensive show.
Mhm.
Yep. So that was probably their easiest choice. So they went for it. I know a lot of
Well-
people are disappointed.
See, when the news first dropped yesterday, my first thought was, which one is it? Was it that they knew about this a year ago? They wrote the 5th and final season, they shot it, and they're just now telling us? Or did they shoot season 5 thinking there was still going to be a 6 or 7, and they just found out recently? Probably not at the same day as we did, right? Turns out it's probably the latter.
That's what it sounds
Because
like.
the word is that they're going back and shooting more. And you wouldn't shoot more. This news wouldn't make you shoot more if you had already closed out. So it sounds like they shot season 5 and were, getting ready to shoot season 6 or write it out or whatever it was. And then they got this news and now they're like, well, we can't just end it like original series on just like a final episode. It's a final episode, but not a finale.
No
And so they're
turnabout
probably-
intruders, please.
Well,
Right,
and
exactly.
maybe they went back to the drawing board to look at the budget that they have for upcoming Trek. And if they want to make room for new Trek, they had to, say goodbye to a current show. And with the way the numbers look, that was the choice.
And so
Maybe.
many more. It's like Larry had said there could have also been an idea of
Dr.
in
Trek.
the works, of like an abbreviated season 6 as the last season. So in reality, that is sort of what we're getting,
Right.
but they're calling it season 5. because they're going back to shoot basically you could say it's an abbreviated season 6 because it's not 10
I don't think they're
episodes.
going to shoot more episodes. They're probably just
footage.
shooting. Yeah, they're probably, I mean, who knows, but they could be shooting as little as 5 minutes. But it's probably not. It's probably
I mean,
a lot more, I
know
would
that
guess.
Anthony Rapp is like stuck in New York until at least the end of April because he's doing a one-man show on Broadway.
Right.
Maybe that's why the second half of the news is delayed until 2024, is because they can't just go back and reshoot these last little bits and then still
Great
pop
point.
it out. They probably
Right.
have to build sets. The people's schedule was probably not open until next year when they were planning on shooting season 6. There are probably all these
Right.
things where they said, all right, well, let's just shoot 10 more minutes of footage to close this out and make this beautiful. And they're like, our cast is out living their lives right now for the next
Right.
4
Really,
months. They're
really
doing their
great
thing.
point.
And they got to build sets. They
Yeah.
have to,
They
there's
got to
probably a lot
rewrite
to-
probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Or
also
write
when you do the math of like how many other things are sort of like also geared up to go, like 10 of Strange New Worlds, 6 more or 7
Mhm.
more Picards, 10 Lower Decks, and then up to 20 Prodigies. That takes us through the end of the year anyway.
Mhm.
But will there be a break in the spot that where Disco was supposed to go, kind of like late spring, early summer-ish,
wondering that
maybe?
too. I kind
Well,
of
see,
also-
Shar, now
Yeah,
you're
what do you think?
sneaking into what's next for Star Trek, and the fans didn't want to hear that, which is too bad because
Oh,
I think
sorry.
that's fascinating, right? I
I
mean,
do
like,
too.
who doesn't want to know? I thought we were a world of yeah, but what does this mean for me, right? What's up with Star Trek?
When
What's
am I going to
next?
get the Star Trek?
I know, but these guys, they
Well,
don't.
let me just
I
say
don't know what the
also that
problem
this
is.
makes me even more like reflective and grateful that we had Discovery. And I think
Right.
it's
Yes.
really
Oh, yeah.
respectful that they're doing this so that it ends on with some closure and we see where
Mhm.
everybody's going to, and that just shows like how much they respect the fans, because it's not fun when the series ends and you're just stuck. I hate
Right.
it, like drives us all
No.
insane for like half a
No.
decade or half a century.
Yeah. I am
I
glad
mean,
they're giving them closure.
We
That's-
are
Mhm.
still crying about Enterprise and their ending, and which I hope they give Discovery a better ending than Enterprise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they'd
And
have
if
to
they-
try to make it worse.
Yeah. And well, and as all the actors are tweeting out, like it's just like they get to be in the Star Trek family forever, which
Yeah.
is just amazing. And one other thing I'll also add, as I was seeing people like Emily Coots tweet that, I was just like, so one thing that was an issue is that I still don't really know anything about her character, and I always wanted to, and it's so annoying that I'll never know. And I'll never
Yeah.
know the difference between Bryce and Reese.
Same.
That's what all the fanfic will be for.
That kind
Same.
of thing like really shines a light on they sort of were missing something that
I
we all
wrote some
needed.
fan fiction after
Yes, I've
the
read
after the first season of Discovery. I wrote fan fiction
Did you?
about the bridge crew. I gave them
Yes.
each a story
It's
about Bryce,
brilliant.
Reese,
It's really good.
Awashkan, Arium,
Yeah, that's where I learned the
and
most
Wow.
about Bryce and
Detmer.
Reese.
I'd
Right.
like
And so
to
then
read
that way, everybody got
Yeah.
their story. I think I called it Middle Decks. This was before Lower Decks was announced, but I thought I was being so clever, right? Calling it Middle Decks because there was Lower Decks, the episode. But I put that in
Wow.
my Discovery group back in whatever it was,
Yeah,
2017.
that's some good
or
literature.
something like
It's
that.
really good. You
Thanks. I
should-
wouldn't call it
everyone-
literature.
No, but people should check it out. It was the first time that I felt a connection to the Discovery Bridge crew.
Me too. I just was like, hey, these characters deserve a
Mhm.
story and a personality.
Yeah.
They did develop them a little bit though as
Or
the
like I'm
seasons went
connected
on.
to them, but that's what hurts so much because like I'm connected to them and I don't know like enough about them, and it's just that's the saddest part of all. Like having to leave them without getting to know more.
Who's your favorite of the bridge crew?
I don't even know. But I mean, I think they're all tied for people I want to hear more about.
Hey everybody, meteorologist Katie
Katie!
is joining us, and we're
Hey.
talking
Are
about
you
Discovery.
wearing a Snuggie?
I made a Snuggie. I am like so
Nice.
blasted cold right now. Like, you can tell my cheeks. But what were we talking
Oh,
about?
they're rosy.
They're
Very.
very rosy.
Discovery's crew, like their bridge crew, and how Anne-Marie said, this is the 5th and final season now, and we may never know more about the bridge crew. We're going to say goodbye to them, but who knows? I don't know.
Aw.
And I just
Yeah. Lots of emotions when I saw that. And like, because Discovery has so many characters that it can go into. And it's just like, I don't know, maybe miniseries spin-offs. I could see like a Bridge Crew spin-off, all the one-liner people.
Mhm.
So the end of the
what I'm
poll.
happy about is that like it seemed so Doug Jones on the cruise said
Mm.
said that he had heard about it like this morning. The whole cast, they all had like a massive Zoom to talk about it, and then
But
he kind of,
when
like,
though?
yesterday morning.
Oh, right. But I'm
before the
sure they
announcement.
knew. I'm sure they knew.
Well, one thing
about
about
it
that
months
to
ago,
keep
right?
in mind is that Wilson Cruz was just on Tig Notaro's podcast like less than a month ago, and he had said, "Oh, you know, it's coming in like soon in this early, like sometime in the
Right.
spring." So
Mhm.
like it seems like based on that discussion between the two of them that they didn't know,
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
that's what Dr.
But they
Trek-
said that they're currently shooting more stuff right now. So if they're currently shooting more stuff, whoever's shooting has to know.
yeah,
Or maybe
very least.
maybe they're planning on shooting more stuff, and they
Maybe
Yeah.
the
haven't
reports
started
are that
yet.
they're currently shooting, but those are just
Oh.
what the reports are.
It's like
Um,
the immediate thought that I had was if they had finished the season, didn't know that this was happening, maybe they would come back and film a special episode, like an
Mhm.
extended episode, just to wrap everything up. Kind
They're
of like
doing a Tasha Yar
Enterprise,
thing.
but please don't kill anyone.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Please don't kill anybody,
Yeah.
And then
please.
Doug Jones was also like, then I talked to my love interest, Tara Rosling,
Yep.
Tarina, and I was like, oh my God, yes, I love this. I better get way more of them in this season. I love that. And they better live happily ever after.
Our good
Yes.
buddy in the beautiful Central Valley of California, Dead Purple 7 says, meteorologist Katie has got the right idea. I'm going to go grab another blanket.
Do it. I have a
Totally
hot water
it.
bottle, a blanket, and hot chocolate. Like,
Yeah,
Yum. That's
look
what you're
at
drinking.
that. You are
with
set.
marshmallows.
it's snowing 2 to 3 inches of snow an hour. So
Oh my
I have
gosh.
to stay warm.
No, thank you.
I'm loving it. I'm
And
loving it. And my camera
I'm glad
isn't.
you're there and I'm not.
Yeah.
You know, John
Well-
Orfiola makes a really great point too in the live chat that, like, first of all, 5 years in streaming, in the streaming atmosphere is nothing, like, that's amazing. And then I think also when you keep in mind, like, they started filming, I think in 2015, it's not even just, I mean, that's
Yeah.
longer than the 7 years of filming that our other shows had that lasted the longest. So that's actually impressive.
I'm very impressed. But I'm keeping warm with the winner of the poll, which was Guajillo Chili. Actually, I don't think they pronounce the G.
Yay.
It's probably Guajillo Chili.
Guajillo.
Somebody that's a
Guajillo.
native speaker, let me know. It's like guacamole or, whack-a-mole or
Oh, is that how you pronounce that?
I don't know anything. But anyway, so I'll try this spicy thing. It's so obvious they're going to pick the spicy thing. They're like, we want to see the white boy suffer.
Guajillo.
He can't hang. He can't hang.
Ooh,
Prove 'em
May
wrong.
Borello's here straight off from the cruise.
Who?
May Borello, she said she just got off her plane after the cruise.
Welcome
Hello,
back.
May. Let us know.
Tell us all about it.
Was this the best cruise ever? Or if not, which was your favorite?
It's probably Guajillo.
I think so.
How is it?
Mm. It's good.
Have you ever
I
had
like it.
anything that's spicy enough to like make you want to puke?
Yes.
Mm-mm.
And
Yeah.
I hate that.
Puke?
too.
No.
It's
But I
terrible.
have a high tolerance.
Really? So you have like the lowest
Yeah,
tolerance
I
'cause
know I'm white,
Scottish,
but my
so it's
taste
like,
buds are not. They can handle really spicy.
nice.
Yeah, it's not good when you can't taste your food anymore. It's
Right.
nice to add a
Ooh,
little
yeah.
spice to your food. I like spice, but if I can't taste the rest of the food and all I'm doing is going, my mouth is on fire, then throw that shit out.
Well, you know why a lot of people like spicy foods? By the way, this is delicious. Thank you, Dr. Muhammad Noor, if you're listening. Very good. It's a little crunchy in there too. There's some kind of little crunchy things in it. Like I don't know, but it's really good. When I used to smoke a lot, I used to use a ton of spices, and I didn't realize it was connected until I stopped smoking and smoking things as much. And then suddenly, like I was like, I don't need this much spice anymore. I can taste the food just fine without it. And then I stopped like adding a ton of seasoning and I guess that stuff just dulls your senses, at least your sense of smell and taste. And so now I don't use spice as much anymore because I can taste the food, I guess.
Nice.
Sriracha is delicious, Kimber Spores.
Agreed.
But I'm talking like ghost peppers that are that make you question why you were born.
The ones that make you cry.
The death challenge chips or something that they had in the store. Like, no way.
I would do it on a dare, but I would regret it later.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I used to work at a movie theater when I was a teenager. It's my first job. And we would have competitions to see who could eat the most jalapenos on a nacho cheese chips. They were fun. That was
fun. My gosh.
No, my God.
I'm in. That sounds delicious.
It was delicious.
I love
so much fun.
So like, do you remember like the record? Who won?
Yeah, how many?
I don't remember. I just
enjoy suffering the most.
All the delicious jalapenos because they were so good.
It was O'Brien.
Yeah.
It's true. He has suffered more than anybody. We can't beat him.
So we have a few cool things in the live chat. May Borello says, yes, it seems every cruise is better than the last. Aww. And Sirach was awesome, of course. Aww. 2 exclamation points, so you know it's true. Also, people are talking about weather. Everybody's getting crazy weather.
Yes.
Mona says guacamole, chili, chocolate. Yum. Let's see. Bob D says, I make my own hot sauce and freeze the peppers first. It kills a lot of the heat, but leaves all of the flavor. Really hot peppers taste really good. And War Dogheim says, that sounds really, it's making my mouth water. War Dogheim says, smoke lots of weeds and you can enjoy hot stuff. This guy gets it.
Oh my gosh. And Nate Borello says, this cruise was even better than the last. And Sriracha was awesome, of course.
Oh, did she say
Ryan
that? How many exclamation points were there?
Sorry.
I remember seeing a video of Bob Picardo in a hot tub, and I'm like, that is the peak of luxury, is in a hot human soup with Bob Picardo.
I watched that video like 15 times. Wasn't it brilliant? It
was amazing.
On repeat. Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Now I want spicy chips.
Homer's. Did you say Homer's here?
Yeah.
There was so much to read in the live chat. I couldn't keep up.
Live chat's just zooming tonight.
It is. Homer Frizzell is here. That's why.
Yay, Homer.
Please let us know, Homer Frizzell, what was the #1 highlight of the Star Trek cruise this week? What were you saying, Melissa?
Yes, besides your forays into basketball in a jacket and boots.
He's been wanting that moment since like day 1 of 7th rule.
I thought about that too. I was like, if I was on that boat, would we get like a nice little 2-on-2 or 3-on-3 tournament going? That would be a lot of fun.
Oh my gosh, I'll be picking.
Oh, you know what they should do? Oh, this would be brilliant. You know how they have, like in TNG, where they have those little Riker and his dad with the sticks?
Oh, Ambujitsu.
Yeah. They should do a tournament of that on the cruise ship with like bumper ones. Oh, I'd pay to see that.
So fun.
Called American Gladiators.
I know.
Yes.
You see, Katie, back in the 80s and 90s, there was a television show called American Gladiators, and we used to watch and root for like our favorite gladiators to defeat these wimpy newcomers that seemed pretty ripped for regular humans, but those gladiators
They
were
had nothing
beasts.
on the gladiators.
They were monsters.
So, like Wipeout or something, like it's like a game show.
Yeah,
That,
it
but a
was
little
like
more brutal.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
But I think they have American Ninja that is probably taking the place of American
Yeah.
Gladiator.
You're
I
probably
know
right.
that one. I went to college with a guy who actually competed on that show, and I could never.
Really?
Wow.
I break easily, apparently. So
Wait, American Ninja.
Huh.
Yeah, it's some sort
Yeah,
of
like
like
really
obstacle
fun.
course kind of
like-
thing.
your
I feel
childhood's
like I
wildest
worked on
dreams
that
for
show.
playground.
No, maybe
Post
something
extreme
else.
elimination challenge. May Varello says her highlight was the seventh roll panel.
Aw.
Hey.
We love May.
That did look amazing.
We wish every month was May.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah,
Uh,
that's severe storm season, so I'll take it.
Oh, Mona says Katie's got me in the mood for hot chocolate, and I don't have any. That's just torture.
Oh,
I was gonna say the
tragic.
key is little water, lots of mix. So 2-to-1 ratio.
I forget, like,
Nice.
not everybody has
What?
a grocery store in their building.
Yeah. I want this to be like
Oh,
half viscous.
those
like,
were the
really
days.
Mhm.
Those
So,
were the days.
So what's next? Are we going to talk about now? It's kind of a tie here. We kind of beat Discovery to death. Should we talk about the cruise, or should we talk about? I guess it's probably a little bit more flowing into the conversation to say what's next for Star Trek, like what Shar was mentioning. Are we? I mean, we're not going to have after Picard's over. There's no Discovery this year. We will theoretically have some Prodigy, maybe not the whole season because it's 20 episodes.
Not till the end of the year either. It'll be the latter half of the year.
Mhm.
Is that right?
Honestly, I think next up might be Strange New Worlds, but we don't have an announcement. So could be a while.
Mm.
Although I think it's coming
Oh.
since Trek Central usually like gets whiff of things soon.
Mm.
And they said their season 3 is actually starting to film in May. That's what they've heard.
Oh, really?
So-
Even though the
yeah.
renewal hasn't been announced. But I could kind of see them like filling in the gap with like the first 5 of Prodigy or something.
Mhm. No, I would not want a big block of time and space between episodes again.
know.
I'd rather wait.
Oh.
I
Yeah.
just
That
want a
was
Prodigy
painful.
episode every single week of the year.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
It's so good.
So we've got a
Yeah.
new poll in the live chat. The question is, which season of Discovery was your favorite? Or as the French say, ton préféré. Ton préféré. Favorite's easier. Never mind. Stick with favorite.
I've been watching so much French TV. It's like, ooh, did my tab switch over?
I don't even think French
Whoa.
people watch a lot of French TV.
So good. Candace Renoir, my favorite new detective.
Ooh.
Probably one because of Jason Isaacs. But
Anne-Marie seriously thinks that Jason Isaacs or that Lorca was hotter
The
than
hottest
Pike,
thing
and
since
nobody
her.
agrees with her.
No.
I will fight you,
and
Anne-Marie.
that's why I get more Lorca for me.
Go ahead.
I
Take him.
He's all
I've
yours.
proclaimed my love for Pike while under anesthesia in an emergency room. I think I can top Lorca with that. Like undying love. Did I tell you guys that story?
Yes.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I did. Okay, good.
Wait,
You told
repeat
me.
it,
I don't know if you told the
'cause-
whole group.
Oh yeah.
Told
No.
me, but maybe not Anne-Marie and Melissa.
So basically they had to sedate me because my arm was so messed up.
Oh.
And when I was waking up, you know, you're in that loopy state. And they knew I was in a cosplay and they're like, oh, so what Star Trek is your favorite? And I was like, Strange New Worlds, because my God, Anson Mount's hot. And it was just, yeah.
Awesome.
There's subconscious and then there's conscious and they merged.
Homer
In a very good
Frizzell
way.
asks, Jason Isaacs is French? I didn't know that. He doesn't.
No,
Is he?
he's not.
He's not
I thought
French.
he was
No,
English.
No.
He's
British.
He's British
Yeah.
Jewish.
Yeah.
So,
Well, in Star Trek, if you have a British accent, that makes you French. So maybe.
That's true.
Yeah.
Well,
maybe-
for some reason, I thought he was Scottish, but that could be really
Oh,
wrong
no.
about that.
I don't
Oh,
think
no.
he doesn't have the
He may
rolling
have-
the R's.
No, but I think he's played a Scottish role, which is I thought he was Scottish. Because he's done a lot. He
He was
love
born in
his show-
Liverpool.
I love his showcase histories. So good.
Liverpool.
Oh, well, Liverpool is in the north, which is close to Scotland. So
Yeah.
there's something there.
One.
He's
Scotland.
Liverpuglian, they say, which means
Mhm.
he's got a crunched face like the pug dogs. Why do
Pugs are the
people like
best.
pugs so much? See, what is it about that?
Oh,
Everybody loves
so
pugs.
Okay.
cute. Oh my
Because-
god,
They look
they're
like
so cute.
Vienna
I'm not even a dog
sausages.
person.
Ugh.
Oh, I like to think that like when God was making all the creatures just sneezed and a pug came out. So that's my story and I'm sticking to it.
They look like a
Well,
cold.
we'll let that one
Never
go.
mind.
Happy little evolutionary mistake.
So in the live chat, our poll is which season of Discovery was your favorite? 1, 2, 3, or 4. That's a very easy poll for me to type out. Looks like 2 wins this one. I wonder why. And everybody that said 2 was your
Is it
favorite,
because
tell
of
us why.
height?
What was so great about it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, maybe.
yeah. That's why I voted for it.
So this is
Wait
what
a
I was
minute.
wondering.
Homer's favorite moment is Tawny Newsom and Todd Stashwick in elevating the ad-lib performance of Savage Curtain, but he was on the 7th rule panel. What? Oh, ouch.
A2 Homer. Homer's
That's
Wow.
hardcore.
he wins one basketball game and
ballsy.
suddenly thinks
Yeah.
the world is his oyster. So he says, Homer says, an expression I picked up from Eve England out in Wales means pushing buttons to get people going. Yes, I'm terrible. Oh yeah, what's that
Mhm.
term? It was like a wanker, a wind-up merchant. There it is.
Wind up. Yeah.
Oh.
That's fun.
Hmm.
That's a lot of syllables for just.
Well, I've only heard you're winding me up or don't wind me up, or I haven't heard the wind up
Yeah.
merchant.
Yeah,
I've
what's
only
that?
heard
Someone
red,
who sells
red wine.
clocks?
Wait, what? What? You said something and then you had this look on your face like, who heard this?
Yeah, no, it wasn't. Doesn't bear repeating. I just said I've only heard of red, red wine. That's the only.
Okay. Put up both.
Happy Friday, everybody.
Aw.
So moving on to the Star Trek talk, and I really wanted to ask everybody this because this is what's been bouncing around in my head for the last 24 hours is what's next for Star Trek, because they're going to be without their 2 biggest shows, or the ones that were supposed to be the biggest. Discovery was their flagship. It was their flagship. It was Paramount Plus's flagship show. Straight up, it launched a network.
CBS All
Uh,
Access.
Right?
Yes,
You are
I love
correct.
this.
It was like their tentpole show. Same with Picard. That was kind of like 1A and 1B, right? So now with those gone, what's going to be their
Well,
their
they have
tentpole show?
Yellowstone. So basically, like Times Square,
I mean
they,
Star
they
Trek.
own that like
Boo.
major that they own a lot of time on that major thing. And I mean, you can kind of like gauge how well what shows on their network are doing by like checking to see what's playing there. And I mean, they're like Yellowstone is like all the rage. And
Mhm.
then they put a lot of money into evil advertising. I don't know, like, and I think that's like starting its 5th season. So it's clearly doing well.
Into
Mhm.
what advertising?
Evil.
One of my friends is like a consultant on the show.
I
But I
thought
didn't
all
realize it was
advertising
going
was
into
evil.
the 5th season.
Yeah.
It
The
has
show Evil.
like, the head of the others from Lost. So I need to check it out.
It's okay.
I'd be really interested
it
to
starts
see when
out really strong, but then I got
Yeah.
kind of bored. after.
Well, I'm sure it's really good now that my friend is consulting on it.
Oh, okay.
He's amazing.
I definitely keep an eye out for when like Strange New Worlds is announced, like around the time it's going to come out, and just see on that billboard and other billboards around LA or wherever how many ads they're running, because I feel like that's probably going to be the new flagship for the franchise right now.
I feel like that.
Right.
Strange New Worlds.
That's because, so I don't know if that was their plan, but it seemed like Strange New Worlds was more popular than they had anticipated. Not more popular than they hoped or that they think it's worth, but just, I think they may have been like, wow, this is wildly popular, which maybe, who knows, led to them deciding maybe we can move on from Discovery, or maybe it just takes the sting away a little bit. But, you know, maybe the popularity of Strange New Worlds helped in that regard. Now, of course, they've only done 10 episodes, so that's kind of a gamble. So that's my question. We'll put that in the poll, is which do you think will be Star Trek's flagship show for the next 18 months? Because a couple of years from now, we're going to have a new show or two, possibly. Who knows? There might be a movie. I don't know. So will there, you know, Lower Decks is doing really well. They've got a fourth season. Mike McMahon, everything he touches turns to gold. Prodigy, now remember, maybe that could be a flagship show because they're going to have twice as many episodes as the others. Plus, they're working with Nickelodeon. So maybe they want to build that relationship more. Maybe that's going to be a big thing. Strange New Worlds is, as we said, super popular. And maybe Star Trek just wants live action shows to be their flagship show, you know? Or lastly, maybe they're just, for the next year, they're just going to promote the hell out of Discovery Season 5 with like trailers and teasers and behind the scene thing. Maybe they're just going to hang on to Discovery as their main thing and not move on to the next for the next 18 months. So that's the question of the poll. What do you guys think?
That's clearly not happening.
Very scared that they're just going to let it die quietly. Like,
I could see that.
And I don't want it to happen, but like, with the way the announcement was just like, here you go. Like,
they just dropped it.
What? I don't think so. I feel like it got picked up everywhere immediately, which means all the news sites were contacted like yesterday, and it's taken over my social media everywhere.
Oh, it's taken everything.
I think it kind of like that's helping like with the buzz of the next season and helping it to like have dignity as it goes out.
But watch them do it just for the buzz, and then they're like, we'll give you another season.
Yeah, because that would be cool. But yeah, what if they just focus on what's next? They just say, look, we can't put all of our eggs in the basket, because Discovery is going to be like a lame duck show at this point in a lot of ways, where they're like, it's the last season. So, you know,
but they've
we
already
got to focus on the
last
next
season. So they don't really need to focus on it so much anymore, just finishing up and tying up loose ends like they're going to do with the filming. And I personally think that they probably will make Strange New Worlds the flagship show, because it is a live action show, and it doesn't get as much flack for being real Star Trek as the animated shows, unfortunately, even though the animated shows are incredible. But I would be surprised, because of the popularity of Strange New Worlds, I would be surprised that they wouldn't put their eggs in that basket.
I'm with you. I think that's what's going to happen is with Strange New Worlds being such a big hit, I think they see that show is ready to stand up and be a flagship of the franchise. So however this went down, I don't know if people were foreseeing this behind the scenes or if it was a rather sudden thing and then everybody had to take action rather quickly. But either way, they kind of have Strange New Worlds ready waiting in the wings whenever Discovery has to go.
Also, you can keep in mind, like, Discovery was supposed to be an anthology. So that cast really in the first place was hired for one season. So
that's right. That was our understanding, right?
This has actually been a victory. Like, instead of one season with this cast, like, we love them so much that we got them for 5 seasons worth.
That's a good point.
And everybody knows that Victory is a great Megadeth song. Check that out. Victory.
Victory
and
is
it's
right.
You guys are smarter than I am. You're right. That's the better connection.
Save that for your Megadeth and chill show.
Yeah. I'd be so happy.
Light bulb.
Our buddy back of the head in the live chat, that's John Orkiola of Screen Rant, says Paramount's announcement included an announcement that there will be media events all year in different markets promoting season 5. Interesting. So maybe they're just going to like squeeze every last drop of milk out of that cow. And
Horse cow?
I'm going anywhere with that one. But that's true, Anne-Marie. You're right. It was initially supposed to be, to our understanding, maybe we're wrong here, but a one season thing. And then the next season was going to be a totally different crew or something like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they were going to have it just kind of launch different series like that. Each season would launch a different series, maybe.
I mean, it kind of worked because that's how Strange New Worlds came to be.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Tanya Harrison says, well, hello, by the way. Strange New Worlds deserves a chance to shine more. It kind of feels like it isn't promoted as much as Disco, or maybe I didn't see it. So
it felt like in New York that it was promoted probably even more, just because it was like taking over all the subway stations.
Huh.
And Picard was I would have said Picard promoted the most, because they even had they were even on subway cards, but that was right before the pandemic. So it sort of like lost its momentum of the crazy amount of amazing advertising it was doing.
Mm-hmm.
I thought Strange New Worlds had pretty decent promotion last season. I saw quite a bit of it around here.
And the other rubric I use just from every day is if I talk to non-Star Trek people and what they're getting Paramount Plus to watch. And it seems like usually it's to watch Picard, but they also got it to watch Strange New Worlds. And then from there, you hear them saying, okay, since I have it, I'll watch Lower Decks or something.
Mm-hmm.
And which my response is, don't forget to watch Prodigy because it's amazing.
Yes. Especially if you're a newer fan, that's a great point of entry.
Yeah,
so
it is.
good. And speaking of, we need more merch so I can get kids.
Yes.
Right.
Merchandise.
I already sent Cadet Atlas Larry Prodigy review mugs to my sister's house so that my niece and nephew see them, and it's like subliminal advertising to get into Prodigy. Just we just need the merch.
Yes, we need all the Prodigy merch.
We got to get if you really want free advertising, get cosplays. Make standard good quality cosplays for the new shows. You got Lower Decks, you have Prodigy, and people will walk around conventions with it on. You could get more people to watch there too, because they're more likely to watch it than just a regular person.
True. I think they need more mainstream, and also for kid show, you got to have merch so that the kids see it. The kids
you do. You got to have the toys.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And also so they can put it on their wish list and get it for their birthdays and have birthdays.
I don't buy things from Wish anymore. I learned my lesson there. Maybe, but I will say that those memes are pretty accurate. You're like, whoa, that shirt or whatever looks really awesome. I'm going to get it. What the crap is this that I just got? No wonder it wasn't expensive. What a deal that was.
What shirt did you get? I love seeing what people got from Wish. It's so funny. Especially the Star Trek merch. It's hilarious.
So our poll, boy, this is pretty one-sided here. It looks like 0% of you think that Star Trek's going to hang its hat on Prodigy. 3% think Lower Decks. So you guys think Star Trek is just, there's no way it's ever going to say our flagship show is animated. 8% said they're going to ride Discovery into the sunset. And 90% of you said, nope, they are not going home to the person that brought them to the dance. They are just going to be like, who's this new person? Go home with that one.
Yeah, well.
Wow.
But you know what? We would not have had Strange New Worlds without Disco. So we give thanks.
Exactly.
Right.
I think that this 5th season of Discovery is going to be so much more well received now because
I agree.
We are going to be soaking up every single minute. Because we thought for sure we're getting 7 seasons. So season 5 is like, hey, cool, whatever. I'll watch it. I'll enjoy it. Everything's cool. But when you know This is it. This is the last season. We're going to soak up every scene, every character, every
second of
moment. Yeah.
Saru.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Yes.
just live
Yeah.
for Saru
Yeah.
and Tarina moments.
Yes.
Oh my god. And watch them on repeat.
Do you want to see like a post-coital scene with them where they like wake up next to each?
Oh my god, I want to see what Saru looks like with his shirt off. Duh.
Oh my
We have
God.
seen that.
We
did
have,
already.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
on like a
Makeup
medical bed.
everywhere. You know what I want at the very end, the last
Marie wants
episode?
more.
A wedding.
Yes.
There you go.
Oh my
Ended
God.
like the
Saru
Orville.
and his sweetie.
Yes.
I was
Oh
just
my God,
thinking, like the
please.
Orville.
Oh, even better, a shotgun wedding.
Oh, no, that's piling on a little bit.
Tarina's family.
I wonder what that baby would look like.
I know. Oh my god,
Oh,
super cute.
that would be interesting.
And then
Maybe
give that
would
baby
have,
a
like,
spin-off show.
A really long torso, but then like short Vulcan legs, like one of those wiener dogs.
Maybe.
That was so cute. Oh, I love this.
Unique.
Oh,
Hmm.
Rue's eyes and Tarina's ears.
Oh, we need this.
Could be a really cute kid, honestly.
Hey,
Or it could
Carrie
go horribly,
Schwentz.
horribly wrong.
Carrie Schwentz is in the live chat.
Oh, welcome back.
Carrie, yeah, welcome back to land. Please let us know in the live chat, what was the best part of the cruise? What was the highlight this year? You posted a lot of pictures for us to enjoy, us land lovers, but what did we miss?
Okay, we're gonna have to
Tell
show.
us.
Tell me when we go on to the cruise stuff because I have a few things
Okay.
we have to show.
Oh, here's something real quick, everybody, that you may enjoy. This is just, I mean, we don't have to jump ahead to Picard talk just yet. However, I just want to let you know that in the Star Trek Picard group that I run, which is the biggest in the world, it's like 71,000 people in there. There's a very popular post, and Shar, Katie, I think you'll like this one. The post goes a little something like this.
Aw.
It's got Beltran and
Picard's
Seven of
photo
Nine
bombing.
hugging, and it says, "I know it's Picard, but I wish they brought Robert Beltran back to reunite with Seven of Nine."
Oh,
No.
not like that. Not like
And
that.
there's 1,000 likes on this already.
No.
There's
It's a very
wedding
cute
bells.
photo of them.
Picard's not
The
impressed.
actors.
Picard's
Oh
a
my
JC
gosh.
shipper.
He's just like, I disapprove.
Raffi should be in the background because she's moved on.
True.
Sorry.
Oh my
She's
I-
gosh.
done.
yeah, like, okay, are they broken
We
up
don't know
for
that.
real? I was hoping that was a lie.
But she
'cause-
did move
Maybe a
on.
hiatus.
We
Even
don't know
just
that.
for a brief time. And they haven't made it clear that they've broken up.
Right.
Okay, well, okay,
They-
speaking of the future of Star Trek, what I'm hoping is we do get another spin-off and it's the Seven and Raffi show because those two
Yes.
deserve to make it.
With a side of
Yeah.
Worf.
Exactly.
Yes.
Absolutely. Beheadings every
Those
Wednesday.
three on a ship. Oh my God.
Can
You
you, I
can't
mean,
keep
come
your
on.
fingernails.
This gold will write itself. It'll be amazing. And I do see possibility of having 2 live action shows, 2 animated shows, and then maybe capping it from there. I don't know if we'll ever get 5 again. Not in the near future.
I think they might have stretched themselves a little thin on that. Yeah.
Maybe.
I don't see this as I see this as it's still going to continue. It's just like Discovery got really expensive. It was only going to go another year or 2 anyway. And they can't have, like, there's no reason to keep adding more shows to the current one because you don't need more than like 51 weeks or 48 weeks. That's already a lot. Like, you just need enough so people don't cancel their subscription. So it
That's
just
right.
seems, and it just seems like if you want to keep adding shows, you can't keep adding them to all of the existing. That's just what I think.
Yeah.
Well, that's actually something I wanted to bring up on the future of Star Trek, which is, and we've got a poll ready for this one. This is going to be your favorite poll ever, by the way, you guys. The
Debatable.
question is, which developing or rumored new series do you want to see most next? So, Discovery is going to clear the way. Obviously, we know it's not going to happen this year. Probably won't happen next year. But maybe they'll be shooting it at the beginning of next year. Maybe we'll have it in early 2025. I don't know, just a total guess. these are all the possibilities that, that I can see. And I'd love to hear if there's another one. We've got a Picard spinoff, right? Seven and Rafi or whatever's going on. Maybe, other people will show up along the way that we've met, Girardi, who knows? We've got
Pretty sure
Section
she's
31.
gone.
Yeah. She's
busy being a queen.
Although
Yes.
there have been hints that we might see what happened to her in a spin-off.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
That could
Yeah, but
be.
not as a series regular. That's true.
No.
But then obviously they've spoken a lot about Section 31, the possibilities there with Ash Tyler and Georgiou and whomever else, maybe Laurel. They've also mentioned audio dramas in the past. I can't remember.
Right.
Do you guys remember who it was that was saying that they've got one or two audio dramas in the works? It was like
it's
Akiva.
Well, it got announced by Alex Kurtzman, and then it's why am I not thinking of his name?
It's Nicholas Meyer
Nicholas
in
Myers,
the con
yeah.
drama,
Okay.
whatever his story
Yeah.
is. That's becoming an audio thing.
Okay,
And
see, I've got the
apparently
con
Terry Matalas said
miniseries
he
as
was
its own
asked to
thing.
helm that too, but I think he passed on that because of all the work for Picard. But yeah,
Mhm.
I mean, I imagine it's just a few audio drama episodes. We haven't really heard
Right,
more of
that's
it. And
true.
I don't stalk, but I follow Nicholas Meyer closely on social media, and he's always traveling. So I'm like, I don't know if it's made yet.
Do you think, well, there are going to be more audio dramas than just the con miniseries, right?
I think I have a feeling, but also since there hasn't been movement on it, I don't know. They might be waiting to see how it does.
So then another possibility is to revive short treks. That's always something they can do. They can have short treks
Yes.
from Strange
Could
New
be
Worlds,
amazing.
right?
Yeah.
They can do a
I'd be down
season
for
3,
that.
no problem.
Mhm.
Then they also
Enterprise Bingo.
toyed around with the idea of an anthology series. Not that they were seriously considering it, but whomever it was just kind of threw that idea out as a passing thought. Then we also have a front runner, which is the Starfleet Academy series that has been bounced around. Are there any others that I'm missing?
No.
No?
Wait.
Question mark?
Trek Movie did a really nice article a couple days ago, actually before this was announced, where they had heard murmurs of with the merger, if there would need to be cutbacks. They kind of like went through every single possible thing in production. I think that covers it all. But when you look at the list, it's still a lot of Star Trek. And the only thing that was a little questionable was when Discovery would end. So like the title sounded worse than the actual state.
I could maybe see them trying to pace themselves. Like they have all these show
Yeah.
options, and then they're just like, okay, do we need like the best of the best? We know this will grab people's attention, or could we go with something more experimental that could just piggyback off of our flagship? Like, there's gonna be
Right.
some strategy to this.
I'm curious to know how they'll go about that, if they're going to want to play to their strengths and make as much money as possible. But the short treks were great because it was just a wonderful way to stretch out the Star Trek universe in a fairly low budget format, just to see what would happen. And I love the experimental stuff. I hope they would keep with it, but I don't know. I'm not the bean counter. So here's a question I have for everybody. The Section 31 show was announced as in development a long time ago, but Michelle Yeoh has exploded in popularity since. I don't think Star Trek can afford her anymore.
I know they keep saying it's still in development. I'm like, yeah, I'll believe that when I see
It's
that. Like,
I don't know if we'll ever get it.
I did just read a Trek Movie article today that said Michelle, even though she's gained such popularity, she's still interested in doing Trek. So she might be open to negotiation. I don't
know what I would guess?
That's like 8 months of filming, paying her like top dollar, and also taking away 8 months of her like hot time when she could be doing movies. So I don't know. I know she says that.
I guess it all depends on what's most important to her, and she's the only one who knows that.
Yeah.
Well, what I would guess is that I think Michelle Yeoh is going to be the lead, right? I don't think it's too much of a concern how expensive she is, but I'm at this again, just a guess. but maybe she just would not be the lead now. Maybe she just
Right.
has more of
Mm.
an advisory role where she's in episode 1 and 2 and then 8 and 10 or something like that. And then somebody else is the lead. Maybe a character that's her daughter or something like that, you know? And so she can still be in it, but it won't like really slow down production
She's
as
like
much.
Charlie's
I don't know
Angels.
though.
Yeah.
Kind of like what they do with Tig
Yeah.
Notaro, where she shoots a bunch of
Yeah.
scenes for a couple of episodes and then she's out because she's off doing all sorts of things.
Right. Totally.
That said, I would love to see more Tig Notaro in the last season.
Me too. I'm really sad about that.
I love her so much.
Yeah.
I want to see more of everybody we didn't see enough of. Tig
Yes.
Notaro, Linus, the bridge crew, right?
Mhm.
All these people,
Uh-huh.
like give them that proper send off too.
Mhm.
I know a
Give 'em a
few people are on Team Linus for sure.
We didn't get nearly enough Linus. Even if he's heavily featured next season, it still wasn't enough.
Hmm I guess.
Raven Dowda, Dr.
Right.
Yeah,
Pollard,
that's who I was thinking
know.
initially. Yeah, our girl
Mhm.
Dr. Pollard.
Yes.
So looks like people are voting in this poll, and it seems as though people are definitely picking Starfleet Academy as the show they would most want to see next. Let me see. I don't know why it's not popping up there, but 65% said Starfleet Academy, 31% said revive short treks, and 3% said
Great.
I like audio dramas. Call me old fashioned.
I love them.
They're great.
Yeah.
I love them too. I
See-
wish there would be more.
I think the short treks though would make more sense for like if you're gonna have one less show running, you could just make a bunch of short treks and air them in the off weeks. So you're spending less money than if you had a secondary show, but you still have something coming out that's also just a little snippet. So it's way less
Well,
work.
it's also good for them because short treks automatically get nominated for awards because they fit that like short category and there's not that much
Right.
competition. So it just like looks
Yeah.
prestigious too for their portfolio.
Sure.
Yeah.
And they could do
And
that
they're
anthology
fun.
thing, going
Yeah.
doing all
I
sorts
love
of random
that.
things.
I would love that.
Mm-hmm.
Enterprise
follow it.
C.
Mhm.
Yes. Oh my god.
Well,
I've
and
wanted
also,
to see
like,
this
Archer.
forever.
I just follow Boothby around like Starfleet Academy doing gardening. You wouldn't even have to say a line. I'd just enjoy that.
His own like home and garden show
Yes.
would be
Welcome to
amazing.
pruning.
And that would be very experimental because it would be
Welcome
Star
to
Trek, but very different
pruning.
format. And we would love it.
Or Garrick's gardening show.
Oh, yes. No, Garrett could do like a craft and do it yourself session where he teaches you how to sew and different techniques and like
Ooh,
how to put a
Oh.
tracker in the hem of someone's pants. Like
This is really practical. This is knowledge we could all use. And who better to learn from? See, edutainment really might be a good direction.
this could just be like Neelix's show on Voyager, only you have like bit things that all the characters are like, well, I'm good at carving out bathtubs, so I will make that an episode. Like, I watch it.
Today we're making headboards with Chakotay.
Oh my
How's the
God,
sanding
and
going?
next week,
Yeah. Then we're gonna
And in
make
the
a
week after
boat.
that, we'll tame a monkey next week.
boat.
Thanks for watching.
With
Oh
Captain
my God.
Janeway.
I was always like, this seems- I want to know, like, I was just so interested in that boat and the design of the boat. It was so curious.
It'd be like Riker in like a home improvement kind of show. That would be fun.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Instead
Oh
of
my
Bob Vila,
gosh,
it's
yes.
Will Riker.
I'm like, it's a big there's a difference between a headboard and a boat, Chakotay. Like,
And
that's
head
pretty
cheese.
ambitious.
Oh, bartending with Guinan, Travis Taylor. That sparked an
Yeah.
idea.
I think that I like your poll here. But I think that that
I really want
This
Section
little
31
bathtub.
to get 31%, and right now it's at 32%. So I'm like,
oh,
Ah,
but what's
somebody skew
what's
the poll.
what's the but, Melissa?
but I think that the Picard spinoff should be a collaboration of between Section 31 and this Picard spinoff. So you have Raffi and Worf as the Section 31 Picard spinoff, and with Michelle Yeoh jumping in here and there every once in a
And
while.
Sid.
That could work.
Yeah, and then you
And
could
Daniels.
bring Seven along too, because she's almost on the outs, so she could be on the Section 31 team with them.
And O'Brien.
O'Brien.
Always.
I want him to be the
Suffering.
Starfleet Academy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
In a
yes.
locked
He's
room somewhere.
suffering from his students.
Yeah, and O'Brien must suffer anthology series where it just
Oh my
shows him year to
God.
year to year to year,
Oh
I can't
no.
handle that.
starting as a baby and all the way.
Oh no.
Life story.
Oh, that would be depressing.
The first episode is like just mom going, "No more applesauce for you," and a little tear comes down, and they're like, "By Brandon Braga" or whatever.
Oh my god.
Oh. And he's got this
Associate
curly
producer Wendy
head of
Noose.
I don't want to
hair.
watch that, but I would.
Yeah.
Sign me up.
O'Brien.
Mhm.
Poor Miles O'Brien. Miles Edward O'Brien. Union.
All right.
Oh my gosh.
So another show like Ready Room. I'm surprised. I thought that was going to do well. Only 2% of you said that you would
Well,
like that
only
because I was
because-
thinking,
I just feel like we already have Ready Room.
yeah, but I
Louise
feel
is
like,
killing
I
it.
think it's here to stay.
well, this is what I was thinking. Like, what if they want to continue pumping out content on Paramount Plus, but they just don't have the $8 million per episode budget? Maybe they could just do another
I really
talk
like
show
after. I
or
really
a
loved After
podcast
Stock.
kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah,
I
like,
have an
Just
idea.
imagine if they had one or two others of those, people would still
That's
be tuning
completely-
in. People would still be watching. And then it kind of fills in the edges, you know?
totally.
You could just
yeah.
have the actors, just one actor, do like a Star Trek puppet show where they're just like,
Okay.
I would have loved to seen this done as an episode.
Well, I
Like-
was gonna say this,
Immediately could work.
but also I really loved After Shock after like Discovery season 1. I would love to see that brought back where it was just like fans talking and then the actors would come on and there was a live
Mhm.
studio audience, which was awesome for the live studio audience.
Or what
Hmm.
about if they have a podcast, like an official podcast, right? Like the Pod
Yeah.
Directive,
Uh-huh.
I think it's called.
Yeah.
What if they
Yeah,
just,
Tawny Newsome, Paul F.
I mean,
Tompkins.
is it video as well? If so, they could just put that on as more content. And there you've got another show. I mean, I
It's
feel
not
like,
right now, but that would be cool.
yeah, I feel like they have really inexpensive way. If there are budget cuts, they can still very easily, instead of 8 million an episode, it's 80,000 an episode. And they're knocking it out. And they do 2 or 3 of those shows. And each one of them gets, to interview, Aaron Waltke or something like that. Or they get a preview, like they'll say the new Discovery preview only on, the Captain's Ready Room 2 show or something like that. And you go check it out. Yeah. I think it would be cool.
Right? We already got a show.
They're banging down our door right
Awesome.
now.
They should.
That would be amazing.
That'd be
It's
nice.
also like nice to have a mix of things. Like I think it was
Mhm.
Daily Mail. I can't remember which big newspaper put it out like this past week that some studies were
That's a
done,
big newspaper.
which I don't know like the method section of the studies, but they like talked to a bunch of people who consume tons of podcasts, and apparently like the trend is going to less produced podcast, like less heavily produced like podcasts, because people just like feeling that they're hanging out with like old friends, and it's less pressure to like soak in every second. And I just feel like that could be offered too, because that couldn't be more cheap. So
That just makes me want to eat chips.
jalapenos?
Comment in the
Yeah, exactly.
live
Jalapeno
chat.
chips are the best.
They're very delicious. But Colin's comment in the live chat. Oh, where'd it go? They could do a meta reality show where they follow Trek actors home after
Oh
shooting
no.
and cover the drama.
Oh my.
You go around to conventions with the actors, like, did you see
Oh
they
my
were here?
gosh.
Jersey Shore, but Star Trek.
Oh man.
That would be fun. Rise
Do we
ashore.
want to know about that part of it? Right.
Rise ashore.
Rise ashore.
I mean, they could even honestly, they could do like a
I mean,
really
isn't that
low
right
budget
now?
show that's just like a family hanging out. They could do a sitcom
Well, that's kind of
that
like
takes
that
Right.
Love Boat.
place in the
They
Star
have
Trek
the-
universe.
But right now they have like the reality show Love Boat or whatever it's called with like Rebecca
Oh
Romijn,
yeah.
Chris
When you
O'Donnell,
say
Chris
they,
O'Donnell.
I don't think you mean Star Trek. I
Paramount.
think you mean
Paramount.
yeah, okay, well,
Well,
Yeah,
they
yeah.
could do a sitcom that about a Starfleet Academy cadet who is actually based in San Francisco or whose family's based in San Francisco and
Yeah.
their adventures of going to and from.
super
And-
cheap production, easy,
Yeah.
and people would still watch it. We'd
So
eat
I
it
have
up.
to
God.
do- I have
Do
to do
Little
a
House
plug
on
for
the
this
Pente.
Love Boat show because it's so funny. If you aren't watching it on Paramount Plus, they're so cute together as co-hosts, and then they do like tweets and Instagram posts about it. And my favorite last week is they tried to do a selfie with them, and it was tagged like hashtag co-hosts. They like had a typo and it said co-host.
The truth comes out.
Started
Yeah.
adding hashtag co-hosts. Really
So
cute.
our this poll right now is the final four, the shows that got the four best numbers. Which developing or rumored new series do you want to see most next? And so we're asking that one right now. So make sure you let your voice be heard because that's very important.
Oh wait.
That's yeah, that's you.
Oh, wait.
So, well, I guess we have a little bit of time for some Picard talk. We're all enjoying
have to
season
say
3 so far,
that
right?
I'm not strictly reading conservative British tabloids, just every British tabloid comes up on my live feed because I watch so much British television.
Right.
Yeah.
You get the better
Yeah.
on Tweed
Yeah,
Times.
and if it was
and
American,
such.
I'd mix it so fast.
Yeah.
So yeah, Picard. I think
Oh
my
this last
gosh.
episode has generated more discussion in my online circles than the other two combined.
And it's
Oh, why?
roped people in. Have you seen all the people who are like, I'm not gonna watch it, it was terrible, and then they're all like, wait, what? Like, getting them coming in.
This seems to be the episode where if you weren't terribly into it in the first two, it's reining you in now.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also some weird controversy I did not expect of people's like suddenly people are I don't love
Hang
it.
on.
Which is
Colin
what?
says no spoilers, please. Still have to
Okay.
watch episode 3. So we won't
Oh,
do any
No
spoilers.
worries.
We'll just touch
Well-
around it and wink. But I feel like I've
Dance,
only
yeah.
seen positive
Well,
comments, right?
Yeah.
I've seen
Same.
some negative one. Well, I mean, there always will
Yeah.
be trolls in those big Picard groups.
Mm.
But I have seen noticed even some people here saying it wasn't their favorite. But I would say what to keep in mind is Terry Matalas had said a lot of times it's like a two-parter, really, especially when
Yes.
directors are doing both.
Mhm.
So I feel
Mhm.
like before you can, and sort of the first 2 episodes were sort of a two-parter.
Mhm.
I can't, first of all, I loved it, but also I wouldn't judge it until you see episode 4.
Well, and on Twitter, he was
Seems like a
really pushing
two-parter.
if you didn't like certain aspects of this episode, watch episode 4.
Yes.
So,
But
Right.
that said, I loved it.
yeah.
You know what? My reaction was not love it. It was, oh, I really need to think about what's going on here. Because there were some things like watching what was happening. There were things that I did not like. And
Yeah.
that is what generated so much good discussion, though. And I can't fault it for that at all. That's great. And of
Wait,
course,
there are things
this
you
is-
didn't like, Shar?
Yeah. No, I don't want to spoil. I can't. I won't.
Well,
Yeah.
without specifics, what was it pertaining to?
There was a lot of prick waving going on.
Yeah.
There was. Everybody had a lot of sheer effing hubris.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, guys, stay in your lane.
Well,
Yeah.
But no, there's a whole bunch of backseat driving and sheer effing hubris and just the whole bit. And I'm like,
Mhm.
it's messy and that's what's fun. But at the same time, people need to start talking and listening.
Yeah.
That's
I
all
would
I'll say.
say
And like,
what gave me
Also-
pause is seeing like the Picard family unit, and this isn't spoilers, was going on the first 2 episodes too. Seeing like trouble in what I wish was paradise. But I have faith that like we just need more information and to hear
What kind of
everybody's
faith?
sides
Heart.
and to hear everybody's sides of the story, because I feel like we're just being fed like initial reactions and there's just more to know.
Yeah.
You know, when
Yeah.
we say faith, that song always pops up, but we need to add another thing. When we say faith, we need to think Faith Howell. Hey,
Yes,
Faith
that's
Howell in the
my
live
preferred
chat.
faith.
Good to see
That's
you.
my preferred faith.
No, it isn't.
Yeah.
well, like you said on here in the comments, like you hadn't seen it. Stay off of the internet because this episode you cannot have spoiled for you. Like there's
No.
things that will make you scream out. Like
Yeah. And it's interesting
speaking from
what
experience.
enrages people because it's all over the place.
yeah.
Well, what gives
exactly.
me pause is when you said, I'm not going to watch it because I know I'm not going to like it. But how do you know you're not going
Well,
to
then you
like it
won't.
until you watch it?
Exactly.
You know what
I
gives
don't-
me pause?
don't
Full
understand.
moons.
Yeah, I don't
Get
understand.
it? It's a
Well,
werewolf
this-
joke. Oh, never mind.
Yes.
There were some
That
really
killed the
like,
conversation.
It always does.
well, there were some other really cool things too, and this is again no spoilers. I really like how they've done this in other episodes too, like bringing back music, not just the music cues, but like there's a section like a moment with opera, like the Berlioz opera, and
I
Picard
love
was
that.
listening to that in First Contact. And like
Right.
I love that they're sort of like calling things back a little bit just with that kind of thing. And I don't know, it's also cool to think like,
Mhm.
wow, friends are learning each other's favorite music
Yeah.
and going on and listen. They
Yeah.
put it on their playlist to like remind
they
them
have
of the good old
playlists.
days. It's just that's really sweet. And then also not a spoiler, but you see Dr. Crusher killing it with her medical technique, and she does this check for somebody having peritonitis where you touch them and then it's rebound pain. So it's like what hurts when you take something away, or you like touch the bottom of their feet and then
Right.
when you let it go,
Which I
it
think
hurts.
that's a
Mhm.
symptom of appendicitis, if I remember correctly,
Right.
right?
It can be any
My
peritonitis.
grandpa had that.
Well, it's
Interesting.
any
Repressive.
peritonitis, so like any problem in your abdomen that's getting serious. And it's just such a good like, whoa, this person knows their physical exam skills, and that has not gone by the wayside in the 24th and 25th century. And
What about
sometimes in
when
Star Trek,
Blaze and
other
Bev-
doctors have?
What about when Blaze and Bev was like, your scans cannot pick up when you have delayed whatever it was, concussive
Yes.
bleeding or something
Well,
like
there's
that.
another
Bleeding.
one. So apparently there's been a fight on some message boards about like, if there's a
Ooh.
systole, can like,
Right.
would this be
I've
what the
seen
graphic
this.
look like? And is it shockable? And I'm like, okay, so who's to say we know what shockable rhythms are in the future? They maybe have like new technology where you can shock different rhythms. So-
Right. Well, and the ship was being attacked at that time. So you don't know what's gonna throw some things offline or off of
Yeah.
out of balance. And yeah.
It was just a plot device to make her take over from the CMO.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yeah. Definitely. Well, and
But
like
Dr.
medical-
Oak.
it's
of course,
nice
medical
to see.
medicine's different.
Well, it's been great to see Beverly return and be the doctor, but also can we talk about the return of humor? Like there's so many funny
Humor
moments where
Frizzell?
you're laughing out loud.
Oh,
It's so refreshing. Like you can still have drama, but have funny things.
yes. And there's one character in particular who's just killing it.
Oh my god.
My favorite thing of the whole series so far.
Yes.
Ooh.
Don't want to spoil it.
Well, you could say who your favorite is so
Okay.
far.
But also it's been like 48 hours since
It's
almost
been
48
Yeah.
one day.
I know.
Yeah, but I don't want to ruin anybody's experience.
Oh, wait,
But
no, I guess it has
also-
been almost 48.
But we could announce that there's spoilers coming and they can choose to stay or not and be spoiled.
It's not the
This
guy
is true.
that as Larry pointed this out, and he's so right, is that what's his name? The Ed Speleers character, Jack Crusher.
Jack.
He always looks like he's in pre-pounce mode. He's like,
Yeah.
Oh my gosh,
He
Larry.
looks like my cat.
they're like,
Larry's
hey, Jack
conversation about
Crusher.
what's so funny.
hey, Jack Crusher, would you like a beverage? And he goes, iced tea, please.
He's constantly on the verge of zoomies. Like that's
Yeah,
his
his butt's wiggling. If you look
Yeah.
down, his butt's wiggling.
He's got to observe and then he'll pounce.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my God. Now I kind of want to see him wiggle his butt a little bit. Next time he's got to fight somebody.
All right.
Good
Oh my
acting method,
gosh.
though. It makes you feel like he's ready. He's ready for action. Anything's going to
is.
happen.
Anything can happen.
So let's close out this poll here. It looks like 4% said revive short treks. That's a bummer. When I thought of that one, I thought that one might get some love. I think
just
short
wanted
treks
an
was such a brilliant
anthology.
idea.
It was.
24% said Starfleet Academy show. 31. Hey, we did it. 31% said Section 31. We did it. Oh, we
my
can go out on
Well
top.
done, everybody.
This is gonna be a
That's a
great
beautiful
weekend.
thing.
And 39% said they want that Picard spinoff y'all are talking about.
Totally.
Wow, that's a close one though.
Mm.
Well, let's talk about this week very quickly, shall we? What's up next on the agenda, as the French say? On
Well, first of all,
Sunday.
when is CapCon?
Yes.
Do
CatCon, it's usually in October in Pasadena.
you bring your
Oh,
cats?
Want to go?
No.
Are you
Now there
allowed to
are
bring your
some
cat?
famous cats who you can sign up for meet and greets.
Oh no!
Really?
Yes.
You get to pet
Grumpy.
Yeah, I think you can. Like I that's amazing for a
Meet
cat,
and
but
greets.
Get their
they've been
autograph.
conditioned to be around people, I guess.
autograph.
Not us.
Potograph.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really do that part of the convention. I don't entirely know how that goes, but yes, you can meet
That's
some internet famous
amazing.
cats.
Meet and greets.
That would be cute. I will meet and greet anybody's cat ever.
You do one photo shoot and it just it's grabbing onto all the curtains. It's like freaking out because of
Okay.
the flash. I
Yeah.
can see it happening.
They
Okay,
should
sorry to interrupt.
combine-
I'm just
combine
so
No,
Some
Anne Marie, you need
adoptions.
to learn that you can't just throw the word cat into a group full of cat lovers and expect the conversation to end in 15 seconds.
Okay,
It's like a
okay.
grenade. You drop it in there, we're like, kitty.
I'm so intrigued. Wait, sorry, Melissa.
I'm going to put a link to their
okay.
website in the chat if you're interested in checking out CatCon.
Oh my god, I just
It's
want
a
to read all
blast.
about it.
Yeah. Do they have it combined with like cat adoptions? Because that might
Yes,
be a
they
good
do. They have several
Oh.
adoption
Aw.
agencies there, and you can go home with a kitty. Oh, I
Aw.
lied. It's not October. It's August 5th and 6th next year. So they're doing
No
it a little
chance.
earlier than usual.
Yeah.
We're in
STLV.
Vegas.
Sorry,
Don't they
guys.
know the
Yeah.
crossover?
Oh, dang. I'm not going to
Dude.
CatCon.
Don't they know this Venn diagram?
Damn, CatCon. How dare
Right, that
you?
Venn diagram's like this. It's all the cat lovers and Star Trek. It's like this.
So torn. Oh, man.
Gosh.
Yeah. Don't
Okay.
they know about live long and prosper? I mean,
Mhm.
come on.
They will be after this. It's like, how dare you? Don't ever do that again.
So here we go. On Sunday, everybody, tune into the Seventh Rule YouTube channel, if you would, at 9 a.m. Pacific time. That's 12 p.m. Eastern time for the Next Generation episode, Haven. Haven. That's going to be a fun one. And by the way, Dr. Anne Marie Siegel, I just want to let you know that we got a message today that said, ooh, Haven, Luoxana Troy, I'm in, or something like that. And I was like, you got a
Did
new
I write
bestie,
it?
I bet.
Yeah.
So that's with, of course, Denise
Bring
Crosby
your
joining
blue
us
beverage to pound like Mr. Ohm.
for all of the YAR episodes, Denise Crosby. So check that out, 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 p.m. Eastern time on Sunday. Then on Monday over at the Seventh Rule YouTube channel, where are we? What is that going to be? March 6th? There it is. That's going to be Lonely Among Us. That's a fun episode. Lonely Among Us, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern on the Seventh Rule YouTube channel with, of course, Denise Crosby and very special guest, Michael Westmore, the legendary Michael
Nice.
Westmore joins us. That's going to be a great one there. That's also Seventh Rule YouTube channel. Then right here on Tuesday, huge announcements will be made on this channel this coming Tuesday at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern time. Stay tuned. There will also be announcements next Friday, so don't even. But major announcements, big events are happening. We're actually going to be the show that replaces Discovery. Oh boy, I can't wait for that paycheck. And lastly, on the Falling Tower YouTube channel this coming Wednesday, was that like the 8th or something? With Muhammad and we've got special guest Kat Guerin. Sorry, it's Rico E. Anderson this coming week. Rico E. Anderson and actress Kat Guerin. We are doing our review of Voltron Legendary Defender, because this is all rebooted animated series month. March is rebooted cartoons. Falling Tower, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern. Check that out. The one we did a couple of days ago was DuckTales.
Woo.
Thank you. All right.
Nice.
All right, that's it. Shar, what's new in your neighborhood? What's up?
Oh, not a heck of a lot. I've been really busy with work stuff, actually. But you can see things that I have done on Roddenberry Entertainment, their YouTube channel, the podcast.roddenberry.com, and check out the Mission Log Discord. Hang out there quite a bit, and we do a review of a Babylon 5 episode every week, Friday, 4 p.m. Pacific. Next week is Eyes.
Ooh.
Nice.
Yeah.
Babylon 5 deserves more love, and it's so cool that you guys are keeping that torch going.
Someone's got to.
That's right. It's not me. I've only seen one episode.
How dare.
Dr. Anne-Marie Siegel, what about you? Your thoughts?
Well, first
Where
of
can
all,
people find
it's
you?
Shar and Norm because they got me to watch the whole series.
How about that?
I love it.
Hey, I didn't even know we
and-
did that.
Yeah,
I thought you were
can't
already a
recommend it
fan.
enough. No, I watched like an episode because we had an episode review and Patricia Tallman was on Virtual Trek On. And then I found the Zocalo and I was like, wow, I have to watch this show. They're so into it and absolutely loved it.
And nobody
that's
tell
awesome.
Patricia Tallman that Sirach and I have watched a combined one episode between us. You bet.
So far.
So
Nothing
far.
to come out in a
Right.
blizzard in Michigan and stop me.
Oh, we'll have to save this for later. There were some things I had to show you from the cruise. Okay, fine. We'll save it for next Friday. Okay.
Yeah, our time is up. We got to go.
Okay, Twitter at Anne-Marie Siegel 1.
Meteorologist Katie, what about you? What's going on in your world?
I'm snowed in and I think I'm going to sit out in the cold
Edward?
and just enjoy the silence. Yeah.
Depeche Mode.
But yeah, no, if I'm not outside looking at the snow, I'm on Twitter and that's at weather_Katie, which is also my Instagram and Facebook and TikTok. So
Everybody in the live chat, let us know if you remember 12 inches of snow. What about you, Melissa? Great shirt. What's going on in your world?
Yeah, check out this shirt on Star Trek and Chill website, which I believe is probably in the notes below. But you can find me at Melissa Longo, MALISSA, on social media and at theintrovertedrepublic.com.
Oh, as seen on Dr. Muhammad Noor on like a million channels.
Yes,
on the
that's
cruise.
right. And everybody, you can find me on Twitter at Ryan TG Husk. That's at Ryan TG Husk, or just Virtual TrekCon Falling Tower, or the Seventh Rule on your favorite social media, provided your favorite social media is one that we are on, and also on YouTube on all these. All right. Oh, and like Melissa said, yeah, check out this. Look how cool this.
It's awesome.
Preseason baseball is starting. Get your favorite baseball team needs the San Francisco Cadets. Be a cadet. Get a shirt and enjoy it. That's it. I think we've had our fun more than should be allowed. Bless you, Melissa.
Oh, thank you. Thanks. Thank you. Thank you very much. I've been sneezing all day. Allergies.
Oh, they're delightful, aren't they?
Wonderful.
Thank you all at home, and go give Discovery some love, whether it was your favorite or your fifth favorite. You got to appreciate what they did. You got to appreciate how they just rallied the fan base and galvanized us into this disgusting mess that we are now, but passionate. We are a mess, but go give them your love and support them for the next 12 months or so, and be patient. It will come out in about a year. Crazy times. We'll see you next time, and remember to have a chill weekend because you've earned it. Except for